In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college football games happening on November 28, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Kent State versus Northern Illinois. The Kent State Golden Flashes and the Northern Illinois Huskies meet Friday in college football action at Husky Stadium. Kent State arrives with a 4-7 record, a mark that reflects clear progress compared to recent years. The Golden Flashes carry a good mood into this matchup, yet they still need steadier production on offense. Northern Illinois enters at 3-8 and relies almost fully on the ground game, since its passing attack has struggled. This sets up a plan for Kent State to crowd the line and commit more bodies to the run. Quarterback Drew DeShields has been a steady force for Kent State. Both programs have followed similar arcs this season, although the difference at quarterback stands out. Northern Illinois has not found much consistency under center, which shows in the numbers. Kent State ranks 8th in the nation at 14.3 yards per completion, while Northern Illinois sits at 133rd with 9.2 yards per completion. Kent State has faced problems on the road, and the team's overall trend still points to a group that enters the season finale with energy and confidence. As our first pick for this matchup, the Kent State Golden Flashes to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Neither defense has handled the run well. Kent State allows 4.6 yards per carry and sits at 97th in the country. Northern Illinois gives up 4.2 yards per carry and stands at 90th. Both groups have allowed too many points down the stretch. Kent State has given up 26.7 points in its past 3 games, and Northern Illinois has surrendered 27 points across its past 5. Their recent meetings also point to high totals, with the over hitting in 3 of the past 5 matchups. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Iowa versus Nebraska. It is a meeting on the field between 2 Big Ten programs in the Cornhusker State, each trying to grab a key win. Iowa travels west to face Nebraska on a Friday afternoon. The visitors bring a strong defense and confront a backup quarterback in Latif, which gives Iowa a clear matchup edge. Iowa holds opponents to 101.6 rushing yards per game and 3.2 yards per carry, a level of control that limits what Johnson can create on the ground. Nebraska produces little pressure on the quarterback, finishing with 1.73 sacks per game, which ranks 95th in the Football Bowl subdivision. Iowa leans on its defense, a unit that forms the identity of the team. Gronowski brings steady play at quarterback and guides the offense as a reliable manager of the game. Iowa has forced opponents into slow, heavy football all season, a style few teams handle well. They have defeated every unranked opponent they faced, winning by more than 1 score against all except Penn State, which finished 25-24, and Michigan State, which finished 20-17. Nebraska looks solid in its game with UCLA, but with a true freshman backup quarterback, the offense faces a difficult task against Iowa's approach. Iowa's defense limits rhythm and suppresses explosive plays, and that shapes how this meeting plays out from start to finish. As our first pick for this matchup, the Iowa Hawkeyes to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Iowa often plays in low-scoring games. Nebraska has allowed at least 21 points to every Big Ten opponent on its schedule, and the team total over has hit in 7 of their games and missed in 3. The numbers point toward tighter scoring, yet betting an under on a total this small creates its own challenge. Iowa's team total over sits at 3-1 this season, and only 1 game had a lower posted total, a meeting with Wisconsin that ended 37-0. The data supports a careful look at scoring outcomes without leaning on guesswork, and the trends frame how the total can unfold. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Utah versus Kansas. The final week of the regular season begins on Friday afternoon when the Utah Utes visit the Kansas Jayhawks. Both teams enter this matchup with clear stakes. Kansas needs a win to reach bowl eligibility, while Utah still holds a slim chance at a spot in the Big 12 championship if BYU falls to UCF. and an even slimmer path to the college football playoff if the larger landscape collapses around them. Utah plays first and does not control its fate, so it faces a situation where a strong showing matters. Cold weather in Lawrence should lead to a heavy focus on the run game and on defensive play, and both run defenses sit outside the top 100 in yards allowed per game. The Utah front, judged by recent form, appears more prepared to tighten in this setting. Utah's offense has pushed opponents around, and Kansas has struggled to slow almost anyone for most of the season. After a lone win over Oklahoma State in the middle of its recent stretch, Kansas has dropped 4 of its last 5 and has been outplayed at the line of scrimmage in many of those contests. Utah's physical style fits well here, especially if the game reaches a point where Kansas senses a fading chance to win while Utah continues to press for style points to keep postseason hopes alive. Senior night brings energy for Kansas, and bowl eligibility offers real incentive. Utah, though, brings steady results with an 8-2-0 straight up and against the spread record. Utah has covered 5 of 6 games this season when favored by double digits, and its margin in those matchups has averaged 32 points. The team also fields the second-ranked rushing offense in the country. Kansas sits 107th in run defense, which sets up a clear contrast in strength and weakness. Utah also carries the added motivation of remaining in the Big 12 title picture. As our first pick for this matchup, the Utah Utes to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Utah's offense currently produces at a high rate, with 45 or more points in 4 straight games, including 3 outings above 50. Kansas can find production on the ground against Utah's 112th ranked rush defense, and the Jayhawks have scored at least 14 points in 5 straight games. That level of output aligns with the recent scoring surge from Utah, and together these factors set a pace that can push this game past the posted total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Ole Miss versus Mississippi State. A pair of Southeastern Conference teams meet in the Magnolia State as 6th-ranked Ole Miss heads to Mississippi State for the Egg Bowl on Friday. The setting carries its usual tension, and both sides enter with plenty at stake. Ole Miss deals with outside noise about its head coach, since his future remains a topic of public debate with an announcement expected Saturday. The team still sits in the chase for a playoff position, so every snap matters. Mississippi State opened at 4-0 but then slipped, dropping 5 of its last 6. 3 of those league losses came by margins of at least 20 points. The Bulldogs have also dropped 4 of the last 5 in this series, and 3 of those defeats came by double digits. The conditions around this matchup give each side a clear sense of urgency, and the groundwork for a decisive result builds across both rosters. As our first pick for this matchup, the Ole Miss Rebels to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both offenses bring speed and power, yet that does not guarantee a flood of points. Ole Miss limits scoring well and ranks among the top groups in the nation in that category. The team's season record on total stands at 6-5. Mississippi State carries the same 6-5 mark. Their recent meetings often turn into defensive contests with key stops at critical moments. The last 8 matchups have left over bettors frustrated, and the 2 defenses again appear set to influence the rhythm and limit long scoring runs. The posted total sits high compared to the performance level of these units, especially given how Ole Miss tightens inside its own territory. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Ohio versus Buffalo. Ohio enters this matchup at 7-4 overall and 5-2 in league play, and the team heads to UB Stadium intent on keeping its place in the conference race. The group has taken 4 wins in its last 5 outings, and it leans on a run game that ranks among the strongest in the country. Buffalo has dropped 3 of its last 4 games and has not found a way to slow opponents on the ground this season, so the visitors expect to rely on steady rushing to control the pace. Buffalo leans on its passing game because it has not produced much on the ground. That creates a tough setup against a defense that handles the pass and the run with discipline. Ohio has sat in the crowded second tier of the league standings, and the road form has been the team's one clear issue, with a 1-4 mark away from home. Buffalo has given up at least 37 points in its last 2 games. It has handled weaker league opponents, yet it has struggled against stronger ones. As our second pick for this matchup, the Ohio Bobcats to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The weather adds another layer. Snow showers should ease in the morning, although flurries could still drift over the field at kickoff. The temperature should hover near freezing. The central factor is the wind, with steady speeds near 20 miles per hour and gusts that reach gale force. A developing Midwest system is creating a siege on Lake Erie, which pushes water away from the western basin and piles it up on the eastern side, producing waves that may reach 20 feet in western New York. The lake effects will not touch the field itself, yet they reflect the strength of the wind that both teams must handle. A ground-oriented approach fits the conditions. Ohio has a proven lead back in ncaa Bangura, and the team ranks 23rd in the nation with more than 216 rushing yards per game. Buffalo sits near the bottom third of the country in rushing production. Its defense, however, holds its own, allowing about 138 yards per game, a mark that places it 41st nationally. The unit has played with force this season and often sets a physical tone. Points will be scarce if both fronts hold firm and each side commits to the run. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.